Hi, good morning. I as you can see, coming from my bed again. This is Easter Monday. I'm telling myself that actually, you know, the Easter holidays. Hey, have a little rest, and I am really enjoying this relaxing in my bed, lingering in the morning. Maisie was joining me there this morning. She's okay. Like she had a late walk last night, and I'm gonna take her out shortly. But just now, I thought I would. I've been doing these things, these colourful kind of things with ink, and I thought I would continue this one, or maybe actually this one today while you're with me, and just like for a short while, I've just put the camera down onto the. It's just a small thing. Like it's different from the working from life and everything. This feels like a little bit more of a kind of colourful, pleasing myself exercise, more inward than outward, I suppose, and finding the colours that want to come through today, and that want to come through, just choosing whatever colour I like and putting it beside the other colours. I mean, that's actually been overlaid lots of times. You could say it was inspired by those flowers behind, couldn't you? The Anne's flowers. Maybe my aunt's patchwork quilt as well a wee bit. Anyway, it's really quite exciting working with colour. It's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing. And these things I'm using are, so there's golden high flow acrylic, which is really lovely to use. That's what's in the, that's the bright pink that you see there at the top. Not that one, that's a pen. Or it could be, actually I've got a few different things. So there's also the neon acrylic inks, and then I've got gold ink as well there. And then I've got these chalk pens. That's a silver one. And the other thing I have is these acrylic pens that all make, they're called Durzo, I think, DORZU acrylic painter pens. Okay, try and find the pink one. Oh yeah, there's the bright pink chalk pen. I could put them over there. Right, I'm trying to cover my cold sore. I don't know if it's a cold sore. Anyway, it's nearly gone. I thought it was heat damage from the fire, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Oh yeah, and I've got these smaller kind of gel pen things as well, just for a variety of thickness of line. It's quite nice to have thin lines surrounding the brighter colours. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Oh, I forgot to say, my name is Anya Devine. I'm a painter and an art teacher. Actually, this picture is falling off the wall here. I won't bother. I was going to show you what else I do, but so if this is your first time tuning in, this isn't really the kind of thing I do normally. Well, there is no normal, is there? For goodness sake, I suppose what I would like to feel that I do in these videos is to possibly inspire you or prompt you to do something creative yourself. It could be 3 minutes long, like just anything, as a way of lightening your day, because that's what I find that it does for me. And I think a lot of what lightens my day too is not only the action of being creative, but knowing that I'm having a chat with you as well. So that's it. All right, down to work. And thanks for joining me. If it's your first time, very welcome again to those of you who are here. Honest to God, I seem to ramble on longer and longer each time. Okay, so let me see now if I can. I actually, do you know what I got out as well? Here, I'll just put you down. I found this other thing too. These lovely matches that I got. See that was from a box of matches, and I thought that might be quite a nice thing to do a drawing of. Oh, here's Maisie. Right, you're fine, Maisie, as long as you just be quiet now. Maisie's her dog. She'll be 2 in August. So, as they say, it's probably the teenage phase. Don't go eating the elephant. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll work on this one. I had considered doing a new one and doing an elephant, but yeah, and I don't think an elephant is going to emerge here. No, so that'll be for another day. Okay. And this is my bed now, a nice bedclothes, so I'm not wanting to get ink everywhere. So I suppose I was going to do it that way, but actually it's just a bit too hard to, it doesn't feel comfortable because I'm over the ridge of the box. Okay. Alright, so what'll I do here now? I think I'm kind of half afraid to work on that one because when I saw it from a distance I thought I want to do something particular to get the movement that goes that way. And I'm not sure if I want to do that when I'm considering more. Whereas that one is just really, really bright, isn't it? You know what? What am I going to do? It's interesting, you know, it's kind of tricky to start again. I was doing these the other evening, no bother. It feels to me like it's a little bit more difficult when I'm coming back to it for some reason today. So I'm just going to take any preciousness out of it and begin. And I think I will do this one. Okay, so let's see. Oh gosh, I just remembered I had some interesting dreams to write down. Gosh, I almost want to stop the video now to write them down because you know the way sometimes you forget your dreams, you think I'll never forget that. That's a very clear image. But actually, I do find I forget them, even the most exciting ones. They say April is to be lighter and brighter. Those of you who follow any energetics, there are some YouTubers who talk about the energetics of the planet and things like that. And apparently April is to be lighter and brighter. So what about that? And that it's especially important to ground. Now speaking of grounding, one of the reasons I feel okay about just working from my bed is that I've got a thorn in my foot from when I was dancing in the forest the other day. And I put soap and sugar on it last night. The girls were telling me that was a good thing to do. Children, their dad does that when they've got something stuck in their foot. And in fairness, it did bring it to a head. I could see it underneath the surface, but it's still eluding me. So I've just put some more soap and sugar on. And I'm going to let it sit there now for another while, and I'll try and get it out again. Because it's quite sore when I walk on it. It's like it's some sort of energy point or something like that. Anyway, there was my attempt at grounding. But I think, yeah, I'm going to head out for a nice walk myself now, lazy, later on this morning. Lily's been getting up really late again, like me, last few days, and she asked me this morning to wake her at 10 o'clock because she wants to get back into a better routine. She actually wanted me to take her for a takeaway breakfast. This is her coming in like at 2 o'clock last night. I don't know, can you hear me at all? I hope you can, or maybe I hope you can't. Anyway, she asked me to take her for a breakfast, takeaway breakfast this morning. But like in my experience, when she does that, she wants to go for the takeaway at night time, but in the morning, you know, she'd be raring to go at night time, but in the morning then it's a different story. And she might even, so she mightn't even wake up. Like when I try and wake her up, sometimes it's a fairly tough thing to get her to respond. You'll see. Now. Okay, so what about putting, I might put some actual ink. This is where it gets dangerous now, and really, where I could have something underneath. Like last time I had a towel, didn't I? Sketchbook, oh jeekers, sorry. Got a sketchbook here. And it looks like there's another thing. I could do a bit more to that wild one. might even put that underneath here in case there are any drips that I could end up going on there maybe. I quite like having a few of these on the go because you can just put, when you put the ink out, you can put it to one side and let it dry for a while. Just put a blob of ink on there. And maybe some here too. You can just put it away for a while and let it dry and then come back to it, like, obviously. And then it's quite a nice thing to let the ink dry while it's still quite thick. And then it's really bright for something more to be drawn over. But I'll tell you, one of the things I like to do when I put ink out is this, to make, I've already done it on that one there, to make a spider's legs, like pulling it with the pencil. So to re-establish those legs that were pulled earlier. So this is, I think it's fluorescent blue, is it? Yeah, fluorescent blue ink. Another thing you can do with it is just do little dots. And keep going back to the reservoir at the centre. I didn't put my microphone on because I thought you'd be close enough. I thought the iPad would be close enough to my face that you'd be able to hear. So if that's not the case, you'd be cursing me. Because there's nothing more annoying, is there, than when you're listening, when you're watching a video and then you can't hear the person. Maisie's gonna see some dogs and start barking. What is it, Maisie? And this one here now, I might just blow it. Oh, I forgot I put some on that side. I was watching episodes of Fawlty Towers last night. Very funny. It was the one about the psychiatrist I watched. And Basil was afraid that he was being analysed at every moment. He was telling everyone to be quiet in the kitchen, or they'd be... Sorry. It was funny just remembering. He was telling everyone to be quiet in case they'd be analysed by the psychiatrist, who was just sitting there getting his lunch. Right, now. Yeah, so when you're doing these kind of pictures, it's quite good too, I think, to turn the page often, so that you're starting freshly. Maybe just playing about for a while is good, and some direction will happen. Some of these are fierce bright altogether. And when you put the opposite on top of each other, like orange and blue, they excite each other, as they say. So it creates more vivid vibrations in the colours. So that would be orange and blue, red and green, and purple and yellow. Would be those complementary, they're called complementary colours. Those ones that are opposite on the colour wheel. I'm going to try that with the red and green now, so that we'll see that's kind of, no, it's pink really, but let's pretend it's green. Let's pretend it's red. It's kind of red. And then I'll say that this is kind of green. So let's see if these end up working well together. Oh, this isn't bright enough at all. It's not holding its own on top of the reddy pink. So I'll just put an area of, just put an area of ink down and let it dry in and see, do something bright over it. Actually, I'll print that off. And use the screen instead. I decided instead of doing it on top of the red thing, I'm going to actually just put the green coming in to meet it, to meet the pink octopus. I'm going to put this one to one side for a minute. Once I've done that, star shape there. And let that dry. There's a lot of wet paint and I'm getting it on my hands and everything. Yeah, so that's it. That's the kind of thing I'll be doing. I'm actually going to say goodbye to you because I want to write down that dream before I forget it. Okay. I'll pull that up a bit closer. Not that there's an awful lot happened really. But it's fun, you know. It really does feel like a lot of fun working with colour and creating shapes through the fluidity of the ink. And then the more I'll just put some gold and some of this ink out so that you can see why I love it before I go. Put some more back on there because it got a little bit too dirty looking, that area. See that lovely bright pool of ink there? I'm going to let that there now and then see what happens as it dries. Hope it doesn't mix into the green too much. That's got a fairly bright luminosity to it, that colour, doesn't it? Okay, right. Thanks very much for joining me and have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your Easter break, if that's what you do. And I'll see you next time. Bye.